Hey everyone, welcome back. This is Lucid. We're hopping back into Garden of Good and Evil. I'm jumping in on turn 96, and this is the current turn I'm on. So I haven't submitted this turn yet. First thing we see is I have cast Dispel. And Dispel was successful, so I spent 154 gems on that. 70 of which were mine, 70 of which were Scalaria's, and 15 of which were Nazca's. I know the math didn't totally add up, so I guess one person spent one less. And we cast Arouse Hunger. We cast Voice of Espu. We found a site. Let's check this out. Still finding sites on turn 96. Found a water site. We found two more sites on turn 96. I believe this was Agartha's land, and we found two air sites, which is understandable because Agartha does not have access to air. But this is really good, so this gives me another death gem, yet another death gem, and an air gem. And air gems before I didn't have a great use for. Now I have an awesome use for air gems. I need as many air gems as I can get. I've got 3 Air 5 mages that are running around with my armies, and I would love to give one of them a Storm Spool at some point. So that is going real well. Then we had some battles. I'm going to run us through those. First one, let's look at this. I had cast ghouls on this province right here. And that's because I saw a temple, and it was unguarded. It just had one Sapaya in it. And look at this. That Mind Blast is not enough. You know, these guys have Paralyze. I wonder if it's even working. Doesn't appear so. I don't really know how this Paralyze really works. Armor negating 50 damage, poison resistance. See, these guys don't have poison resistance. Reduced for large targets. Armor negating. This isn't really a large target. I guess it's size 4. Anyway, he's dead. So that was 4 gems that bought me a Death of his temple. So his temple's down. Very big. But then he moved an army in afterwards. And you will see the end of my ghouls. But I also moved another army in. Another small squad with the Lictor. But I think the odds are stacked against me here. And yeah, we lost that. So I was hoping this army that he had right here was here last turn, and I was hoping he would move here because I was thinking he probably wants to get this back, and I didn't think he wanted to drive a fight. So he did. He moved here, which was a move I didn't expect. I expected he would either move here or here. So this was an unexpected move. But now I've got him kind of pinchered. So the fort here is not broken, which is important. It was broken, I don't think it was broken last turn. It wasn't broken last turn either. So there's a lot of troops inside. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this army back on top. This big army. This army moved onto this fort this turn. We can see the battle. Not too exciting. And they're going to jump in and kill him. So now there's a problem. I think there's somebody in here who can do Rain of Stones. If there is, I'm going to be in a wee bit of trouble, because this army will be quite susceptible to Rain of Stones. However, I'm not going to be in that much trouble, and the reason why is because on top of... I can storm the fort this turn, but I'm not going to. I think I would die. What I'm going to do instead is I'm going to teleport this beautiful lady in. This buxom beauty. And she is going to be able to cast Fog Warriors. And that is going to be a very, very good thing. It's going to prevent any Rain of Stone type thing from hurting me, especially since I'm going to get a defensive cast. If he attacks me, I'm also going to get a defensive cast of it. So that's a really big deal. Which means none of my units are going to get hurt by the Alpha Strike. I'm also teleporting in a golem on top of here, and I'm giving him some air gems to refill my my Fairy Queen. But he also has a Claim of Pearl, so he's going to be able to put up anti-magic every battle. He's teleporting in on top. He's going to drop anti-magic. Let's see make sure we have him scripted right. So anti-magic, then power of the spheres. A lot of times I'd want to do power of the spheres first, but if he does a turn 1 undead mastery or master or enslave mind or something like that, I want to be ready to have anti-magic up. It's going to be pretty key. So that is that. I believe... The only thing... So I'm moving a big army in here. I don't have a way to get anti-magic up. And yeah, here we go. I'm not sure I should do... I think I actually have my script kind of wrong. I think I should do Protection of the Sepulchre a couple times. And then I should do Power of the Sepulchre. I need to get... Because this army does not have anti-magic. So anyway, that's what this army is going to do. We're going to move in. We're going to drop that stuff. And I'm going to be prepared for a fight with Fog Warriors and then other goodies on both these two forts. So that's going to be this area. I'm also going to be taking this. I'm assuming he's not coming back. And I'm also going to be taking this, assuming he's going to move this fort. You know, I could potentially... I don't know which direction he's going to move it, so I could send an army in from either side. That would not be a dumb move at all. Could I do that from this side? Yeah, I don't really need all these guys. Let's see if we can pick up one of these dudes. Do I have any? Oh, here we go. I think what I can do is just give him a few of these. And, yeah. We can just send him this way. And this way, either way, whichever direction this army moves, because it's definitely not going to sit here this turn, I hopefully should take the province. Which will be good. And what it will do is it'll mean any land-only units it has are going to die upon retreat, is exactly what that means. So I think that's... I don't know if that's any of them, actually, but if it is, they'll die. And I'm not totally sure if his amphibious units that have amphibious granted by an item can retreat into the sea. I think I have suffered something like that before. So that's over here. I've got a couple other interesting things I'm going to talk about while I'm on this side of the map. One is we're casting Transmute Fire. And not with an insignificant amount of gems, with 106 gems. Actually, can put more in now. We're putting 106 gems in. And I'm casting it with a Fire 6 dude. Because I got these things. So what that's going to mean is I think I'm going to get 26 gems per... Or maybe even more. It's 26 or 28 gold per gem. And at 106... that's going to yield me almost 3,000 gold, which is a lot. What that will allow me to do is to fill this area fully up with forts. I'm already building a fort here, which is going to be super nice. The other thing I'm doing, and I never know when Arcane Nexus is going to come back up, so I'm going to go ahead and drop a ton of earth gems. I'm going to be casting a wizard's tower here. And I'm also building a temple here. So this province is going to go from just captured it a turn or two ago to a fort and a temple in a turn. And this is an awesome province. Not only do I get lore masters and sages, which I may start using, but not right now because I'm scarce on gold. But it's 5 pearls, which is equivalent. This side is worth the same thing as this Stellar Focus slot. So anyway, that's coming up this turn. I'm also going to be casting it yet again. It's a 50 gold or 50 earth gem spell, and I'm going to be casting it again right here with my King of Deeper Earth. And what that will do, I'll then have a fort here and a fort here. That will cordon off this as a safe place to build a fort. So I'll then be able to put a fort here with the gold I get from Transmute Fire, and I already have a fort coming up here. I'm building a temple here this turn, and I'm building a temple here this turn. So these are both going to be forted and templed, which is going to put a ton of Dominion pressure on this part of the map. And I might even be able to get my Dominion pushed in the sea. In addition, what I am doing is I'm sending this dude underwater, right? He is not expecting this. I can't use this reliably, but I can use it a couple times. So he's going to do Resist Magic, Phoenix Pyre, Soul Vortex, Attack Rear. And he's going to jump in and cause a bunch of trouble. And he's got pretty sweet gear. He's got High Protection. He's got Awe. He's got Fear. He's got my Incredible Bless. And he's got Magic Resistance. And the first thing I'm scripting him with is Resist Magic. That way he hopefully doesn't get paralyzed. And yeah, that should work real well. Meanwhile, this dude is making his way back with his Stone Idol, and we will be keeping the Dominion out of this province. Unfortunately, though, we had a battle up here, so I'm going to show you these. This was my big army camped on top of this fort. That's a very big army. 2 rows of lictors, a fair amount of these guys. I don't have Fog Warriors, and I don't have Anti-Magic. And he's got quite an army himself. So, if you look at it, he's got... Now, he gets first attack, right? So he probably killed a few of them. Oh, we missed it. He cast... I'm going to watch it again real quick so you catch it. I believe that he turn 1 Master and Slaves or Undead Mastery. I'm not actually sure which one. We'll see in a second. Okay, it's coming in this volley. Here we go, I'm going to put it on normal speed so we can catch it. There it is, Undead Mastery. Right, so he got a lot. Pantor cast it. Who the hell is Pantor? Where, oh where is Pantor? That's not Pantor. That's not Pantor. Oh, here we go. There's a Lich with a Ring of Sorcery. Ooh, would I love to get my hands on that. But yeah, he's Death 7. So he can just straight up cast it. He's not even part of the Communion. That's scary. Yeah, so he dropped it. I would love, absolutely love to kill this dude. Gonna be tough, though. So anyway, he drops Undead Mastery. I'm in some trouble. Undead Mastery really does wreck me. Then, this is actually really cool. So I haven't even got to go yet. He's cast Undead Mastery, and then he casts Fog Warriors after Undead Mastery. So now all these dudes are sitting in my ranks with Mist Form on them. It's like a huge teleport screw you spell. So really powerful, really well scripted too. Just the subtlety of having Undead Mastery before Fog Warriors, pretty freaking cool. So yeah, that's really good. And being able to turn 1 Undead Mastery is huge. So that's going on. And this battle is not going well. I can't... So these guys are keeping me all tied up while these mages nail me. And that's exactly what happens. Within a couple turns, I'm fast-forwarding. My guys are just dead. They haven't even left. I lose my Archbishop also. He's not paralyzed, but I know I lose him this fight. Let's see how that happens. You'd think I would have routed now, but I haven't. And uh-oh, we've got a Tartarian coming for him. I think I know how this ends. I'm not paralyzed. I could potentially make a run for it. Oh, but this guy is... Oh, he's routing, but he's not routing. Oh, he's fatigued. Oh, they're going to attack me. I had 1 turn left. Up. Am I going to get paralyzed? Highly likely. Oh, we're running. Oh, we're so close to getting out. But now he's the only one left, and he's definitely going to be hit with all of their nastiness. Oh, there he goes. Almost got out. So I took a horrible, horrible, horrible beating. That was really bad, and it's really hard for me to reinforce this side of the map. So the risk is that he can go and take a lot of these provinces back from me. So the good news is I have tons of ghouls in here. I already have 600, right? Going to be super hard for Riley to break this fort ever. Building another fort here. I really want to put a fort here. If I put a fort here, it's going to wall off this part. I kind of want to put a fort in the lake also, but I'm not going to do that because I don't want Riley to get it. But we'll see. It's going to be really hard to get Riley out of that lake. Yeah, that would be unfortunate. So that was really bad, but the good news is I do have this dude here. I lost my Archbishop, which was a bad blow. But I got this dude, so that's good news. I wonder actually, do I have a weapon I can give him? Because I do need to... There we go. I think we'll give him this. Yeah, I need to give a weapon to this dude. I kind of need to give him... Do I have shoes? I don't. You know, something like that. Anyway, I need to beef up this dude so he doesn't die to an assassination, because he's really my only Archbishop in these parts here. I can summon some nearby, but really, this is far away. This is kind of like in the early game when you're expanding out, but it's not near your fort cluster. That's what all this is. So I don't think I'm going to be able to hold on to much of it, but hopefully all this distraction up here... Hopefully I'll keep Bandarlog, which has this nice site in it. And hopefully I'll be able to cordon off this whole area as firmly mine. Yeah, I'm definitely not even going to go for Asphodel's capital. I just don't have... I can't do it until I kill this army. So anyway, I have a plan to kill the army, because I've got this beautiful lady here who's going to surprise him with a mist form. But what I also need is I need another golem, so I'm making a golem here. I'm going to give the golem that cap. And I'm also making here, I'm making a... Where is it? My Naiad's making another Clam of Pearls, which he's also going to get. And he is going to be my anti-magic caster. And he will teleport promptly up here onto this. And when he does, I'm assuming what's going to happen, this army is going to move here. Then this army will probably move here. And I'm going to defend this. But he's not going to see my Queen of Thunder, who's going to move in. And he's also not going to know that I'm teleporting a golem in. So, and because I will be defensive, he's not going to get turn 1 Undead Mastery. I'll get anti-magic up. I'm going to get Fog Warriors of my own up. And he's going to be in for a horrible, horrible surprise. And meanwhile, if he comes in this direction, I can potentially cut off his escape routes. But we'll see. I don't know if that'll work. So that's my plan. I'm going to play kind of defensive. I think he's going to keep this army in this area. I don't think this army is going to come over and mess too much with me and Asphodel. Meanwhile, I tried to take Asphodel's fort, and we'll watch that. There's really a lot to go through this turn. It's going to be even hard. I'm almost at my time limit. So send a ton of troops. However, these worm mages auto-summon these little critters, which is annoying because they're blocking the gate up. And you can see there's quite a bit of them. Now that they're fatigued out, that's mostly stopped. And just peppering me with... Who does he even have casting Banishment here? Oh, this guy's Holy One. So he's just got one dude peppering me with Banishment. And he's also casting Storm of Thorns, which is keeping my guys from running through the little gate. But I finally kill all the insects. And as the insects are dead, I'm about out of troops. So it's unfortunate. So I don't kill him. But if let's watch it again real quick. Wait, whoops. A key part of this battle was the gate gets clogged. And I'm thinking, even though I don't have even though I have a lot more troops this time, he had these troops up in the front that could clog the gate. So what I'm thinking is, if I can get enough troops through at the beginning, then my troops can pour through the gate and I won't get hit by this choke point. And because all his troops are dead, even his, even these guys who charged into battle, so he doesn't have any more priests. Yeah. I think I might be able to do it. We'll see. I'm going to run in with this small army, right? And I've got these just guys on attack rear to just sprint through the gate. They're in block formation, so they move faster. I've got another big army coming in. Meanwhile, this army here is going to go fight up here in the mountains and hopefully take this province. That would be a nice little win. We're continuing to scout. We see Asphodel doesn't have any more forces except for the ones here and here. These guys are continuing to move. I imagine this army here might attack me. I don't really think I'm going to defend it. Not now. So we'll see. He could cause some damage. I don't really have much to counter him there. So that's that. If we look at it, this is kind of what's going on this turn. Anything else big? I talked about casting the towers. I talked about transmute fire. I talked about preparing both of these forts. And I talked about setting up an ambush here. Yeah. You know, I think that's about it. The only other thing I'll say... Oh, there's one more major point. Which is I'm gearing up for... so you can see I have about, what, 5 times 3... I've got about 150 death gems right now. And I'm gearing up for Underdark, right, which costs 100, so I could already cast it. But I want to have about 400 when I cast it. Because it is a game-ending spell. And it's almost impossible to put too many gems into it. So anyway, I'm going to get that up. I need to get it up before he gets Arcane Nexus up. If he gets Arcane Nexus up before I get it out, that's going to be a problem. If you look at number of turns till I get there, we are about... I need to double check. I might be able to optimize a little bit more research this turn. But we're about 6 turns away. Which actually, if we look at it, I do want to get 6 exactly. Do I have any... I do have some research items I can hand out. So... You guys are researching... Okay, everybody looks kind of optimized. You're researching, we can give you this, and this. I think those are all my items, right? Yeah. So that'll give me a tiny bit more. I think to make it... I think we might need you to make... Ooh. We might do this real quick. Might make one more of these. And then you, sir, you might make one more of these. And I think those will pay for itself by the time we get there. You are going to research. You, sir, you're going to go back and cast Transmute Fire with all the gems. So what I'm doing is I'm getting a tiny bit more research. I want to try to get... Well, I'm really not going to get it. I need another 100 more per turn. Anyway, that's not going to do it, the little thing I did. But we'll still do it. Get a tiny bit more research cranked out. So it's probably 7 turns. Yeah, probably 7 turns. And I think that's about it. I don't think there's much more I'm going to do this turn. So, we are 7 turns away. All this is really a distraction. I mean, even if I lose these armies, right, I'm 7 turns away from Underdark. And it's going to be extremely hard for anybody to fight me once I have Underdark up. I mean, it's going to cripple every single other player on the map in a way they can't fight. Meanwhile, I think I'm positioned actually to win these fights, though I could lose. So anyway, yeah, things are going super well. Thanks everyone for watching, and hopefully you'll see me get a victory in the next 10 or 15 turns.